Behind military hardware, there is hardware in general, and behind that, there is technology as a certain kind of know-how, as a way of looking at the world and coping with its problems. Martin van Creveld. I wanted to begin today's mission with that quote from the military historian Martin van Creveld because it sets up an important question for us as players of games. Van Creveld points out that we don't just have technology in terms of the material tools and weapons of war, but also the technologies that are used to make sense of, to understand the things we do, the ways in which we see the world. So in particular, in the field of warfare, science is one of the key technologies, if you will, that is used to make sense of war making. For example, in network-centric warfare, there has been a kind of implementation and uptake of knowledge from the chaos and complexity sciences and its application. Similarly, when playing XCOM, we want to think about how we can perhaps apply different technologies that already exist in the world, different tools we can draw upon to play the game with greater effectiveness. So this is something I might try and reflect on a little bit in today's session, in today's playthrough. What kinds of tools can we, do we already have at our disposal that we can bring to the table to play a game like XCOM more effectively? Now, I just switched on the HoloGlobe, and I actually was, had pressed record, and was reading that quote, and then all of a sudden this UFO showed up while I was still spinning the globe, so I had to start again. But yeah, we've got a small UFO. If you remember from last week's session, we also have an abduction mission to go on. I think it's a light abduction. But first, let's send our fighters into battle, shall we? Time Zone Zhao, I feel good about you. Let's go.
We have eyes on the bandit.
Alright. I just remembered that I think I'm supposed to be more aggressive shooting down UFOs in the early months, but I can't remember for sure.
Central, this is Voodoo 37. We have a confirmed kill on Bogey 001. I repeat, the UFO is down. I'll copy, over.
Solid copy, Voodoo 37. Nice work. Central out. All right, people. Retask Recon Satellite Bravo and get me a visual on that crash site.
She's coming into range now, sir.
On screen. Magnify. Still in one piece. Commander, I recommend we get a strike team to the crash site immediately.
Alright. So it looks like we've got the abductions first. Let's do those. We've already got a squad selected as well, if I remember correctly. Yes, we do. Okay. Nice. Alright, we've got 6 rookies, bunch of AP grenades, some smoke. I was about to equip a flashbang and then remembered, wait, this is the abduction on a roadway. Hopefully we'll be okay.
Touching down.
We're dropping you just inside the Egyptian border. Alien activity continues to surge within several major cities. Our response is crucial to minimizing the spread of panic.
Okay, so on this map, this will be playing out pretty similarly to the first mission, where, since it's a roadway, there's not really too much risk of having pods stumble into you on your flanks, but it also means you have to play very carefully and methodically. I think I left a few too many troops in half cover on Overwatch in the last mission. We took a couple of shots, and that's had a couple of wounds, so that's probably a little too much to be sustainable. So I think I'll be more conservative with hunkering down in half cover this time. Okay. So this is a pretty good place to start. lots of very nice heavy cover that we can use here, as well as this bus. Although there's not actually much good cover inside the bus itself, so we'll probably
Strike
just,
1 has the green light for deployment.
you know, make a little bit of a kill zone here. Alright. I think we can just move up fairly aggressively. Oh, yeah.
Bien. Ojo al blanco.
I'm sure my team would love to get their hands on that thing.
Okay. This is about the worst thing that could have happened. We've got drones. They're just going to fly straight towards us. The problem is, we've not got much cover to fall back into. If you've seen the last season of my series, you'll remember the mission where Sophie C had a pretty unpleasant encounter with a pod of drones. So I'm just going to see if I can actually blow them up. It looks like that, well, that grenade is not really close enough to the drones. Okay, perhaps we'll take shots at them this turn, and then next turn try and grenade them. Now I think this troop should be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Yeah, I think they should be safe from being flanked. It's a risk I'm willing to take at this point.
Maldita sea, el enemigo sigue vivo.
Now, I was just saying that I wanted us to be shooting out of the half cover, you know, not shooting out of half cover, but against these drones, I don't think we've got a choice. We have to bring these down as quick as possible. Drones don't hit as hard as sectoids with plasma.
On my way.
So we'll just have to move up, take a bunch of shots.
Adjusting sights.
We do have smoke as an option as well.
I'm on the move. That's a load of bull. Heading to that location.
Okay, that's a better shot.
No
Okay.
longer a threat.
That makes this feel a little less risky. This troop's got 69 aim, 67. Alright.
Vive.
Alright. Alright, Lalafi. Can you do it?
Oh
An
no!
emphatic no. Okay.
Paddy.
Oh no! Indeed. Okay. Looks like we're not going to get line of sight.
Position
Move into
confirmed.
the full cover. Let's see if we can get a smoke that covers everyone. That seems unlikely. Oh, no. Alright, all the troops are pretty comparable, have the same amount of health, so we'll just steady weapon. I studied weapon rather than Overwatch because the chance to hit a drone on Overwatch is probably something like 15%. So I'd rather just stack that onto our shot this turn. Because I think the amount of aim that steady aim adds is perhaps greater than what is subtracted, if that makes sense, by the reaction fire. That's something I should check. Hold on. Yeah, adds 20 aim, whereas reaction fire is a minus 15 penalty. I guess you do get to aim over 2 turns, but yeah, that could have been wrong, actually.
Taken care of.
Alright, we're in business. So,
I'm on it,
let's
Commander.
just move everybody up.
Aye, aye.
I'm on it, Commander. Vive.
Not wanting to open up any more of the map.
Good to go. Poniéndome en guardia. Back in. On repart à l'attaque.
Let's do this.
Figure if anyone spots anything, it's the troop on the front lines. Everyone else can reload. Okay. So I promised I would talk a little bit about about military strategy, actually. I might just decide on my first move, and then I can do this. Do I want to move up into this full cover? I'm not sure that I do. I think we want to take this half cover here first, so that we can get the squad grouped together a bit more.
That's affirmative. ET in sight. Engaging.
Alright. 2 sectoids and a drone. Okay. Well, I think in this instance we do want to be falling back. I think we'd like to avoid engaging that drone in half cover if at all possible. I don't think it's worth overwatching.
I'm on the move.
Because the drone will just steal the overwatch. So what we'll do is just steady weapon with
Heading
everybody.
to that location.
And yeah, I'll just have this troop reload back here actually. Aww. Might be able to get a shot on the drone actually. I'll just stay there. Perhaps we have one overwatch.
Recibido. Estoy vigilando.
Just in case the sectoids do move up. Okay. Glad I did that.
Tiro desviado.
Well, now I really regret not overwatching. That's a bit of a lesson there, I think. Even if the drone is going to steal your overwatch, there's a chance it may not move first.
Estoy bien.
I'm glad you're okay, Mendoza. I think that was her name. Alright. Well, that drone's in a grenade-able location, so that's good. How much damage did you take? Alright, just 1. Not too bad. At least we've got a... Well... Okay, what can you see? Oops. Alright. Let's shoot from the back first.
Adjusting sights.
Okay.
Out of the game.
So I think what I should have done... I think I was correct to steady aim from these 2 positions here because of what we just had. The drone moving to a position where we could actually hit it. But I should have been overwatching from this spot, I think. Alright, what we can do, we can perhaps start setting up some flanking shenanigans. But we have some steadied weapons, and I'm not about to waste them, so let's take some shots. And then we'll pin... Let's see, okay. I was going to say pin them with Overwatch, but I want to get this troop out of there. She could easily get hit. Who do I have remaining? Okay, we've got someone... Oh no, you've used your shot already. Okay, I think I see what we can do.
Me dirijo allí.
Mendoza can just move up. We could actually just get a kill. Yeah, I'm loath to waste grenades. Waste sectoid corpses, but... Oh, God. And I really don't want to take shots. But I also want to get sectoid corpses if at all possible. Okay, what kind of a position can we get to here? I just realized we're not going to even be able to flank them. We'd have to take flank from this side. And that's not going to happen, really. I guess we can take one extra shot if I overwatch from this position, but I'm not in love with it. Because they could... But then again, where are they going to... Yeah, I think we're okay. I think what we can do is move here.
Location.
And then overwatch with one of these troops. Or could take both shots and then grenade. That's what I'll do. Alright. This one is dead to a grenade anyway, so let's see if we can kill the other one. Alright. Now we grenade. Because in the event that one of the 2 sectoids doesn't die, we need to overwatch to prevent it from moving. Okay, Mendoza with the promotion.
Roger, I've got my eyes on.
Alright. There's probably one more pod left, I would guess.
That's affirmative.
Okay. We want to get the medkit up for Mendoza. Can we use So now we need to move back by a tile.
Marchando. I'm on the move.
Okay.
Copy that.
On my way.
So
Overwatch.
Overwatch. Reload.
Ready to engage.
Good to go.
Reload. Use the medkit.
Doucement, soldat.
Reload.
He recargado.
Francisca Mendoza.
Ammo is full.
Bang. Excellent surname.
Shh. You hear that?
It'll be fun learning how to pronounce everyone's names.
I'm on the move. Ya voy. Ça roule. Okay.
I'm rolling.
Just move everyone up. Okay. Oh yes.
Yes, I copy.
That's right. The month's promised discussion about strategy and so on. Wow. A few things we can consider for XCOM. The first is to think about perhaps thinking in terms of value and efficiency.
A la orden, comandante.
Which is to say
On the
that
move.
we want to establish situations
Moving.
in which
J'avance.
our troops are able to get not just higher percentage shots than the aliens,
Heading there now.
Affirmative. Tracking.
but ideally more shots. For example, in situations where you fall back into full cover and are Overwatch, and the aliens have to overextend to push forward, they waste their moves moving towards you, whereas you get to shoot at them using your Overwatch on their turn. I spoke about this in the previous my previous season as well, which is
Estoy en marcha.
one of the things we're also often looking for are to delay contact, to try and
Moving.
avoid encountering the aliens
That's
for as
affirmative.
long as possible, in the hopes
I'm
that
on it, Commander.
we encounter them on their turn
Heading
and
there
hit them
now.
on Overwatch.
Shoot.
Thereby getting to shoot at them in their turn, and then in our following turn we effectively get one extra turn on the aliens. So we want to try and maximize the amount of shots, the percentage of shots that we take, and we want to take more shots than them whenever possible. Similarly, we want to deny their best troops shots and take shots with our best troops. So, you know, if you're suppressing them with your medic who has crappy aim, and the medic is safe in heavy cover, that's much better than suppressing them
Moving.
with, you know, a troop with much
Moving
higher
to
aim, for
position.
example, right? Who you
Moving
prefer
to
to be
position.
shooting.
Yes, I copy. Bien, commandant.
Alright. This troop's getting a bit behind, so I'll dash them up. Okay, we must be quite close. There's not too much of the map left. And here we go. Will we get some shots? Let's see.
Regardez qui voilà.
Yes, this is perfect.
Shot wide.
Alright, so that's probably the last sectoid remaining. And I think we can be relatively aggressive in how we pursue it, actually.
Heading to that location.
Just trying to see what kind of traps we may be able to set. Okay, that looks good.
Affirmative.
So I'm going to be following everyone back and seeing if we can hit it on Overwatch. We don't want it to shoot at us. We want to shoot at it. The other option would just be to overwhelm it with shots this turn. Well, that's a consideration too, but I feel like setting an Overwatch trap.
Recargando.
Aye, aye.
Moving.
Ah, it's unfortunate she can't quite get to the heavy cover. That's alright. Let's see, where do we want to go? Just gonna see if we can hunker down here. Alright, we're in the range. Just fall back a bit further. And I think we should be safe to overwatch with everyone. Alright. And look at that. Has this troop got a kill? No, she does. Okay, well she's promoted anyway. Alright, so this is one of those situations where we've got pretty much a guaranteed kill, this troop moving in and shooting. Also, over here. Let's see, has Lalafi... Okay, Lalafi is not promoted yet. So let's shoot with her first.
Je l'aurai la prochaine fois.
Okay, and then we'll just take shots with all of the troops who are not yet promoted.
Missed.
Mendoza is promoted already. Bang. Of course Bang has a promotion. And Habib is promoted. Okay, let's finish it off, shall we?
Headed there now.
It's nice to know that rookies can get the kill even at point blank range.
Nailed him.
Mission accomplished.
Alright, well that was relatively smooth sailing. One thing I will say is, one danger about falling back is sometimes the aliens are able to move just into your line of sight and get shots off at you. So, you know, perhaps it was in my interest just to take shots at that sectoid rather than to allow it to move up and shoot at us. Especially with that number of troops. So you often want to think, when is it worth using just volume of fire, just throwing brute force at them versus trying to fall back and set Overwatch. I think in that situation, the correct move actually perhaps was just to take a whole bunch of shots. But it is interesting to kind of experiment, to try different things as well. Okay, I've got a few promotions. Ideally, we'd get everyone, but because we're running with the VR training mod,
we will be in touch, Commander.
Our troops gain a bit of experience, even if they're, as you can see, these troops all have gained 4 experience. They gain 1 XP per day. So in 16 days, these troops will be promoted. So I don't actually have to rush them back into a mission this month, which is good. Okay. Well, we'll pick a squad for the crashed UFO. By the way, in terms of our logistical layer, we're aiming to get a satellite uplink built. We've now got almost enough credits, and by selling stuff from this crash site, we should have enough. So that's very good news. Now, on this mission, so we've got a couple of days. Let's see, 4 days. Wounded for 2 days. Crash site is in 33 hours. Okay, so we've just got these 4. We need a scout who can move in and finish off the outsider.
Our snipers specialize in dealing massive amounts of damage from afar, but without sufficient training, they're vulnerable in close combat situations.
Now, normally I prefer to have scouts with, my preferred stats for scouts are actually troops with 4+ health, because being a scout is really quite dangerous in the XCOM project. I like scouts to have good defense. They're the ones who are having to run overwatches, using lightning reflexes. You're often putting them into positions where they're getting shot at, so you don't want them to be shot at. They're not very strong troops, so good defense is desirable on scouts. I'm actually not fussed about mobility. I'm happy to promote 13 mobility troops into scouts. You don't want them to be immobile, because Obviously you want them to cover a lot of ground, but they get so much mobility from Sprinter and just from their natural skill progression that I tend to prefer promoting troops with poor aim. Pretty much exactly 4 health. Like 5 health is probably better spent on tank troops, but 4 health is good for scouts. Positive defense and 13 mobility is kind of my optimal stats for a scout. But here, trading health for mobility, it's not the end of the world. And at this point in the campaign, the short-term imperatives, which is not to be killed by the outsider, really trumps the long-term imperative of perfectly promoting all of your troops. You know, you just can't wait around to do that. It's not really feasible. Okay. Do we want one more? I think we'll just send the one specialist. And then everyone else will send rookies. Ben Lynch is going to be an assault. You need some assaults in the early game, so that's fine. Might promote another would-be Rocketeer. And there's one right here. Actually, I just realized we can give Lynch a flashbang. You need a flashbang because since we don't have suppression, if we're unable to kill the outsider on the first turn, we'll need to flashbang it. I would feel safer if we had suppression, but I think this early in the campaign, it's not quite something we can afford. Okay, we need 2 troops who can carry a medkit. Let's see. Alright, that'll do. These are actually pretty decent saw gunner stats here. Yep, that's perfect. And then one more. Okay. Haimonawaka. Let's see. Tempted to bring a smoke grenade. But we need a medkit as well. Need to fit in one more medkit. Let's see. Wait, is Lynch? Oh yeah. Alright. Is there someone with very good aim? Alright, this troop can probably make do without the AP grenade. They're odds on to get a kill using their gun. Probably not the ideal configuration. I'd like more grenades, but this isn't too bad. 1, 2, 3, 4 APs. It's tempting to bring an HE grenade for a settlement map, but with only 6 troops, AP grenades are just a little more reliable, especially, and more versatile, because you can throw them at drones as well as at the sectoids. So I'm going to favor getting kills over and keeping my troops safe over harvesting sectoid corpses. Alright, let's wrap up this recording session here, and we'll resume shortly. You know, that was quite short, so I'll probably go on and record a few more in the same recording session. Thanks for watching, as always.